Hello and welcome back to this week's watches. I'm super excited to bring you again a great variety of watches in terms of brand, age and price. So it's what we specialize in here at Kibble Watches. As always, I want to start off by saying a big thank you to everyone. It's been another incredible week and I'm super excited for this week coming. You guys and girls seem to just be sapping up all the watches we provide you, so keep that going. And remember, if you do have a watch you want to sell, go to our website under the sell section on the website. Fill in the form and I'll get back to you, usually within 48 hours. I try it within 24. And as always, in the description, there is a link to every watch we're showing today and a timestamp where we're discussing that watch. So you can skip to the specific one you're interested in to save you some time. But before we get going, let's have a quick look at what's on my wrist, because I seem to forget this a lot. It's actually my Amiga DeVille, my personal watch with the Fume grey dial. Absolutely stunning piece, and one I have no intentions of selling anytime soon, which I know I say for a lot of watches, but for this one I think I actually mean it. I think I mean it myself, so that's an indicator. But for you guys and girls who always ask me about this one, I've actually gone and sourced a very similar one. Also a grey dial, not this Fume dial, but it's coming very, very soon, so keep an eye out for that. Now, before we get into the watches on the table, I just want to say thank you to those people who purchased a gorgeous Rolex Oyster Royal we had, which sold before it even managed to make it into this drop, and also a very gorgeous Mido Ocean Star. So those two watches went before we even had a chance to get these in the video. So thank you very much. And for those of you who are wondering how that happened, remember to follow us on Instagram at Kibble Watches, and on our stories we showcase what's coming early, so you can get the first dibs and get it before anyone else. So that's what you need to do. Now, without any further ado, let's dig into the watches on the table, and we've got to start with a stunning Breitling. So one of the few Breitlings I actually really like. This is a 2002 Breitling Chronomat blue, as you can see, and it's a very vivid blue. When you've got it in certain lights like this, you can see it looks black, but then as soon as that light hits it, it just pops. It's a really stunning blue and very underrated. This watch is the reference A13352, and it does come with its original papers but no box. Not the end of the world. We can probably source you a box for around £50 to £70 to make it a full set, because boxes are generic and the papers are what's important and specific to the watch. You can see it's got silver subdials, luminous hands and markers, very interesting bezel as well. It's what makes this reference very iconic, and also the onion pushers and crown, which actuate very nicely, as you can see. Nice click into them. It does come with its original bracelet, as you can see, with its folding clasp, and the condition is superb. It's been professionally refinished and serviced, but it looks like it's been done by Breitling. This is the same standard they would do it themselves, so really good. And let's put it on wrist and have a look. So beating away inside here is the Breitling Caliber B13, which is essentially a ETA 7750, which they've slightly modified because you can see the layout and everything like that. But the size is 39.5mm by 45mm lug to lug, so it's really good on the wrist, which will come as a surprise because Breitlings are often huge watches, whereas this very much isn't. So 14.5mm thick, so it's definitely not thin, but it's not too thick either, especially considering the design, and 20mm lugs, so endless strap options. You can imagine a blue canvas strap with this would look incredible. But a really great option for not an awful lot of money when you consider what it is and the fact it comes with a warranty and everything like that, and its papers and the condition. So go check it out on the website, have a look at our macros. We definitely went to town on this one. Let's keep it semi-modern with the Tag Heuer. Now for a Tag Heuer, which is going to surprise some people, but this is a Tag Heuer most people have probably never heard of or ever seen. This is their Targa Flora version, or reference I should say, from around 2001, so the early 2000s. So an interesting time for Tag Heuer. It's definitely a transition period because they hadn't long been out of the Heuer branding and into Tag Heuer. But the design of this one is stunning. It's actually a cross between like an aviation and a couple of other inspirations, which we go into detail on the website for, so go check it out. But inside here is the ETA 2894-2, a nice automatic movement, very reliable. You can see it's got a date down there at 6 o'clock. You can wind it, but it is automatic, and a nice chronograph as well, which starts, stops and resets beautifully. The condition is fantastic as well. It's on a new strap, or relatively new strap, with its original Tag Heuer buckle, which is always nice, and you can see a screw down case back right there. So the reference of this model is CX2110. For those of you wondering, you can see it's got a nice double-edged or double coin edge bezel. Really, really good. And actually a Heuer crystal, so a plastic crystal, giving it very cool vintage vibes. But let's get on to the dimensions. So this is where this watch shines, because it is 40.5, and again, you'll have to excuse all the noise. It's 40.5 millimeters by 47 millimeters lug to lug. So a really, really good size, and definitely not small, but not large either. 13.5 mil thick with 22 mil lug. So again, a lot of strap options that you can have there, but very interesting design, and very much not like a Tag Heuer, not a Tag Heuer you would expect anyway, which is what drew me to this watch and why I think it's a very, very good offering, especially for the price. I think it will surprise you when you go have a look. It does come with its box, but no papers, but not the end of the world, so go check it out. From there, let's go to Neo Vintage with the Tudor. Now for a watch that's from a time where the two brands were so closely engrossed together that you often had trouble telling the difference between the two. This is a gorgeous Tudor Prince Oyster date two-tone from 1994. So it's not super old, it's not super new, it's what they call neo vintage, so right in between being actual vintage, which is quite comical because I'm from 97, so does that make me neo vintage as well? You can see you've got your Rolex signed crown there, you've got Rolex signed case back, but you do have the Tudor signed bracelet with the gold plated center links. See, it's got a very nice gold fluted bezel, gold crown, and a really stunning linen dial in champagne or gold, as you'd call it, with the Tudor logo nice and large up there, and the date obviously over here with a cyclops over the crystal. Really, really nice example, and very, very underrated. The reference is 72033, and inside here is actually an ETA 2824-2. So oftentimes, people ask, what's the difference? Why pay all that money extra for a Rolex? Well, the truth is, you're paying mainly for obviously having Rolex on the dial, a different movement, and a different bracelet. In terms of the case and the crown and the case back and everything like that, it's actually all Rolex. This is a Rolex case. So you are paying for the branding. So it really depends on you and how much you care about that. But let's talk about dimensions. So this is where some people are going to be put off, but I think for those who are willing to accept a smaller case size and are comfortable wearing one, you're getting yourself an incredible deal here, because this is 32 mil by 39.5 mil, so right under 50 mil lug to lug. It's only 10 mil thick, so very thin, and 17 mil lugs, which is a little bit awkward, but it does come with its original bracelet with probably 2 links bigger than my 6 3/4 inch wrist, and all that adjustment on the clasp as well. It's a really stunning watch, and for anyone who's tried on an Oyster watch, they'll know that the case wear bigger. So whilst it's 32, it wears more like a 34 in my opinion. So don't be put off by that smaller size, and give it a try. You'll be very, very surprised. But it's an interesting watch, very, very nice looking, and it offers that really cool two-tone Datejust look without being a fortune. It's very, very fairly priced. Now on to my favorite in this drop, and I think the most affordable, the Nevada. So as I said, my favorite from the drop, I have got a massive thing for Nevada and Mido at the moment, just to name 2 brands. Both of them I think offer insane value in their vintage watches, especially when you can find them as beautiful as this one. This is a 1967 Nevada Antarctic electronic compensmatic. So there's a lot of words in there, as you can see. You've got a date down there as 6, a gorgeous dial, and a gorgeous case. I would say this is as close to new old stock as you are going to get. It's got its original Nevada signed crown, and it's got the Antarctic penguin logo on the back, which is the one you want. Really, really stunning condition, and it's on a new 19 mil strap, which suits it perfectly. This watch is stunning. If I could keep them all, this is one I would definitely keep. See the applied logo up there. Now what makes this one quite interesting is actually the movement. So it's an electronic ESA caliber 9150. So it's the early humming or quartz watches, which essentially had and you'll have to read the website for it in better detail because I'm going off the cuff here, but essentially an electronic watch with an actual balance, a plastic balance inside, which spins as a normal watch would, which is what gives it the beating heart, but it's all powered via a battery. So really, really interesting watch, a very interesting early movement, and they are a little bit difficult to work with, which is why we had this fully serviced before bringing it to market. So you are rest assured you're going to have our warranty, and it's going to be working very, very well. But stunning watch, and I think this is going to make someone very happy, and if I could keep it, I certainly would. Now the size, it's 35mm by 40mm, but do remember it's a cushion case, so it wears a lot larger than that. Only 10mm thick and 19mm lugs. So slightly awkward lug size, but not the end of the world. There are definitely good options out there, but you can see that on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, and the condition is the selling point here. You know, it is in stunning condition, original curves, never polished, and as close to new old stock as you are going to find. Go check it out. Now let's bring it back up to a homage watch by WMT. Now a watch that I've had a few of from a brand that I really like, WMT. This is one of their limited editions, which is the ones I try and get in for stock for you guys. A limited edition WMT waffle dial, which is essentially a homage to the original Milgauss. As you can see, that lightning strike secondhand, really cool waffle dial or honeycomb dial. Very interesting piece. It's even got the brass bezel insert, which makes it look super vintage. You can see we've still got it stickered. It's never been worn, it is unworn. So a very good option. The Sea Diver Seiko NH35 inside, and it's from December 2020, so it comes with their manufacturer warranty still. And the dimensions of this are really good, and it's what WMT gets so perfect for a homage watch. You got 38mm by 45.5mm lug to lug, so it actually wears like a vintage watch would, you know, smaller than the 40mm that we're used to today, especially with no crown guard. 15mm thick and 20mm lug width. Right now the bracelet is sized to fit my wrist at 6 3/4. We are waiting for the spare links from WMT. Unfortunately, when you select on their website the sizes, they send you that size without the spare links. I don't know why they do that. I think they should just provide you spare links. So we're waiting for them as we speak, but it will come with it, so rest assured you will eventually get those links. And if you buy it before then, before we got the links, I will throw in a leather strap for you to wear it on in the meantime, if it's too small. So there you go check it out. And last but definitely not least, we have two Amigas on the table, so let's start with the F300. Now for another interesting vintage quartz watch. I seem to be getting a few of these in clearly. This is a gorgeous 1972 Amiga Geneve electronic, the F300 Hertz as they're commonly referred to. It's actually the reference 1980070, and you can see it's got that big red Amiga logo right at the top, which is super nice. It's got those iconic hands, which again sort of related to the quartz, and the Bolivar Accutron or whatever it's called, because they did a combination. They actually licensed this movement from Bolivar, so there's that connection. Date there at 3, and you can see we've got the Amiga sign crown. It does come on its Amiga integrate bracelet, which has a slightly more modernistic design, which is what they were trying to do with this 70s piece. It does have its Amiga etched logo in the back as well, but it's slightly faded, so I don't know if you can see that. But a really stunning example. Again, it comes with our warranty, so rest assured the movement is all good inside. Now, as we said, the caliber in here is the Amiga F300, the Cal 1250. So their tuning fork movement, which was licensed from Bolivar. And you can see it here on my wrist, slightly larger size at 36.5mm by 42mm lug to lug. So because of the cushion case design, it definitely wears more like a 38-39mm, so something to keep in mind. And it's only 10.5mm thick, so again, very thick. Now the lug width here I think is about 10mm, but that doesn't really matter because it's an integrated bracelet. And you can see it's large on my 6 3/4 wrist with all that extension and links that can be removed. So there you go, stunning piece, go check it out. And from early quartz to early automatic with the Amiga. Now for the final watch, a Amiga Automatic, a really stunning example that's great for him or for her because of the size at 32mm, but we'll get onto that in a little bit. This watch is from 1965 and it is the reference 162002, and as you can see it's got a slight texture to the dial there, which is really nice. Date over there at 3, and the automatic Amiga caliber 562 inside, so a very reliable movement. You've got these straight lugs which help for the size, and they just look really good, and a plain case back as well. But let's talk a bit more about the size. So again, 32mm, which is going to put some people off, but that's okay. You know, it makes it affordable for those who are comfortable wearing smaller watches, which I certainly am. So 32mm by 39mm, just under 40mm, so very compact on the wrist. Only 10mm thick and 17mm lugs. So slightly awkward lug strap size, but there are options out there, so don't panic. But really stunning paired on the brown. The reason I say it's great for him or for her is because I feel like this is a perfect unisex watch. Something that both the husband and the wife could wear, or the partner and the girlfriend, or whatever it may be. You know, great option for both people. So go check it out. And it's a very affordable price, fully serviced with our 12-month warranty. So there you have it, guys and girls. That is this week's drop. That's available as of the time of recording this. Make sure you get there quick because Last Drop was a very affordable one, and pretty much within about an hour of the video going live, we had the most people we've ever had on the website at any given time, and a lot of the watches sold pretty quick. I think we had 4 or 5 go within like an hour. So make sure you get to the website quick, take a look at these watches. Any questions, you know, send me a message. I'm on WhatsApp, my number's in the description as well. Feel free to WhatsApp me on Saturdays. I'm always working, to my girlfriend's despise, but there you go. And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all again in the next video. Remember to keep safe out there, and we'll see you all again soon. Take care.